Well, morning traders. So what a crazy day we had yesterday. Anyway, I did give a pretty detailed view on Aussie last night, so we'll fly through this. I think the key thing here I just want to point out again is this daily range bar, which is this one here from Wednesday the 28th of March. So we broke through, we hit the target, and we extended just a little bit below that target. Okay, well, that's a little bit is 400 pips below that target. So I think one thing I want to just point out to you is, for me, we had a range. We had broken this range to the top. We had a 4-hour close above it. So hence I was long yesterday because we tested again, looking for a long from this area to break to the top, but which was not to be. So I think a lot of times maybe what you want to do is just look for a little bit more vigor of a breakaway range to as your confirmation. So some people use 10% of the height of the range. If it breaks through there, then that gives you an indication that it's going. So just bear it in mind. I think let's just get some levels for today. Okay, so that is the first level, and then you need to look at that as a level as well. And I suppose we better just look higher up. Okay, so those are the current levels that we have in place. And from a Bill Williams perspective, if you understand what Bill Williams' wise man number one is, basically what he says is when you see a pin bar that is at a angle to the alligator, that is normally at wise man number one. So how you work that out is where price intersects the alligator, which is there. You draw a line along the price, and then take the teeth, which is the red line, the middle line here of the alligator, and you draw the same line, sort of extending like that. Now what you'll see is that this line is moving away from this line, which is indicating divergence in the alligator. So the correct way to play it would be an entry up there at a break of this bar with a stop loss below there. Now, unfortunately, I mean that's 1,500 points, so I'm not sure many people have got the appetite for that stop loss. Okay, so currently futures is pointing to 48,750, so we're looking at a see where we closed at 791. So we're looking at a 1,000 point gap up at the moment. So anybody's guess right now, I suppose. So yeah, so with this big 4-hour engulfing, this is a proper rejection bar off this level. I would suspect we get some kind of a bounce somewhere along the line. Probably, if you look at these two levels that we put in on the daily, we have, let's just delete that one and realign that to the top of the range, which will be there. Then obviously we have this gap as well. Okay, so we've got, before the gap closes, we have this as the level. So we have that there as a level. So that's the previous low there on the 4-hour. So you would expect the price to get to the pullback and then move on higher. So I think for me, looking for any kind of a bounce to get into this trend, I think this is a trend reversal happening anyway. So that's what I'll be looking for. And it's going to be, I have to wait for the market to open, but I would assume that we're either going to bounce over there. Okay, that makes the most sense. Pulling back and then up again. Alternatively, if we could, with a break here, we come back and test this previous high at 48,955 and then move up. Let's have a look at the 1 hour. So 1 hour as well, we have a Bull Williams wide number one, and this is probably a better setup for me because we're outside the Bollinger as well. So correct trade would have been long there and stop loss below here. Okay, and again, because that pin bar price is moving at an angle to the red line. These are moving up from the hour, so alligator side points up from the hour. We've had a very strong move up. I would expect continuation. Kind of any little pullback is where I'd be getting in, and you'd be able to just keep your stop loss below sort of the previous 1 hour, which even that is 400 points. So yeah, you'll have to keep positions very small. Anyway, so that's what I'm looking at. Any kind of a bounce, and considering we're up in this area at the moment, right now futures is pointing to an open around there, and that's 5. What are we? 5:30 in the morning. So yeah, still some time to go to the open, but any kind of pullback, I think I'll get in on, and maybe if I've got some time, I'll show you how I trade a gap up in the morning. If we've got a big gap up, then we have to get in on that. Next one, Wall Street. So Wall Street had a fantastic day yesterday as well, and yeah, I mean, we have that downward trend line, okay, and we have that trend line there as well. So we have a triangle. The price is coming into a triangle. A break either way will be violent, but I'm kind of more inclined to believe that we are in a downward channel at the moment. So with a couple of levels here, so we have a Brooks gap there, and we have a pretty big pin bar to the top there. Okay, this has been a proper bounce off the 200 EMA. This pink line, purple line is the 200 EMA, and if you look there, we've had the engulfing, we've had the inside bar, we've now had a big rejection bar yesterday, and at the moment futures is pointing to more of the same today. Okay, if we look at the 4 hour, so there was a green line here. Okay, so remember, for me, I'm always looking at the first two touches. So first two major touches would be there, we broke through a little bit, came back into it, broke through again, came back into it, and now we've broken through properly. And this is a wedge, falling wedge. So our target should be this level of 25,000. And again, same for me, pull back to this kind of area here is what I'd be looking for to get in long. This is this. Bring in the Ichimoku. You'll see we've had a 4-hour break of Ichimoku. We've broken through cloud with the Seacoast band, this brown line. So that's broken through, so not cloud, it's broken through price. So if it breaks through cloud as well, we've got a fairly bullish signal. We've had a bullish crossover here of Seacoast band and Seacoast band. Sorry, Kijun Sen and Tikun Sen. We've also had a twist on the cloud. So this breakthrough is giving you bullish signals, but I never take that first breakthrough. So I would expect it to pull up a little bit and then maybe at the open come back and test this cloud, or even come back into the cloud, test the bottom of the cloud. The reason why I say that is because we've got a breakout here. So we've broken past this previous high. So this is the area that I'll be looking for a long, and it will be kind of like that because you've got the close of the previous week sitting here as well. Okay, so this is the breakout. So that's the first area, and then the next area that I'd look for something to happen will be on this Bull Williams gap here, which is right over there. Okay, and that one also lines up with Tkinson and Puginson. So level one would be a retest here, so a long order there or a long order here. What I'm inclined to do is to have a long order there and a 290 pip stop loss. So what I'm pretty inclined to do is just take a very small, put it in a small order here, and if it's successful, then I'll move that stop up from 300 points. So it'll be a small order to make sure that my risk is still within my 3% parameter. So put the long order at this level, put your stop loss over here, and if it takes, then continue up. If price does move to this level, I'm still protected, and I can even be protected from a fall to test that. But a break of this pin bar here means we're coming back to test the bottom again. So if it does come into this area and it starts reversing off here, I can always add to my position on the way up. Okay, so that's kind of how I'm going to play this. 24.050 is what I'm looking for, possibly even, so anything in this area. So between 24.50 and 23.850. I'll have limits in at 24.50 though. That's to me the most logical area that we're going to come and test. And then lastly on here we've got this breakout here. Okay. So then let us just get rid of all these lines here. Get back. Oops. I just want to come back to 4 Williams here and just point out something to you that we have had a breakout here, because for all intents and purposes a double bottom. So here's the first leg of the double bottom, there's the second leg of the double bottom, and we've broken to the upside. So the rectangle up to there. So our target for this is around 24,800. Okay, so what we can say is we have a target there. We have an entry that we're looking for anywhere in this area here. I'm going to say anywhere around here. But you'll see there's a couple of levels here to look for. So we've got the breakout here, we've got the weekly pivot here, and we've got the daily pivot, and then a retest of the alligator lines on the 4 hour. Okay, so anything around here would be a great area to get in. Okay, and stop loss is going to be right over there at 24,750. 24,750 stop loss. Anything in the 2400 to 2450, looking for a long. So if you're watching it, look at that. And for me, I'm just going to put an order in on the weekly pivot here. And we're looking for from there to there. Leave it like that, give us a bit of wiggle room, yeah. So 24,812, so I think just move that to sort of 24,800, so just below 24,800, because price always loves round numbers. So you'll find that it'll come to the round number, and if that round number lines up something to this side, yeah, you see there's a little pin bar there. So definitely line up there and then pull back and then come and attack that top line there. The other thing you've got to worry about is the 200 EMA. Okay. So just move on to the DAX and go to the daily first. Okay, so remember for me, that trend line has been broken, retested once, retested twice. Okay, we do have diversions to the upside. So that trend line is gone. So the new trend line for me is this one here. Okay, there's my first touch, there's my second touch. We try to break through, we test it again. So that's kind of what my current trend line is looking like. Again, there's quite a bit of bullish action here. So we've got a piercing pattern there, which is a range bar. We've got a lot of tails at the top and a lot of tails at the bottom. So it's a lot of barbed wire, a lot of indecision that's happening. We also have a beautiful pin bar from yesterday, so another rejection bar from yesterday. Now, there's no white man number one really here, because we'd be looking for a pin bar of sorts. Anything with quite a long tail is what we'd be looking for. I'm still a little bit concerned that we have a flat bottom triangle here. We've got 1, 2, 3 touches to this area. Only thing that gives me confidence that we're possibly looking to break up is this divergence here. Okay, let's just scroll down to the 4 hour. Okay, so levels that we have to play with on the DAX is obviously going to be that level. So this breakout here, which was retested there, and it's coming back to be tested again. Right, so that's the first level that we've got to play with. Breaks to the upside here will take us to these pin bars. So I think the most logical one here is going to be probably that area there. There's going to be a couple here. So okay, so there's a breakout there, which haven't been retested yet. There's another one there. I think that one probably looks a little bit more, because there's a lot more interaction with this level here. So that definitely looks like an area where some profit taking is going to happen. We are moving away from the alligator at quite a steep angle, so I would expect us to have some kind of a retracement somewhere along the line, possibly back to the monthly pivot, maybe even as far as the weekly pivot. I don't think so. I think we'll probably come back to test this breakout over here. So it's broken out here. We've come down, down, down. So what do we have here? Well, a break above this level here, which is the high of the previous week, high of last week, is sitting here. Okay, and the close of the previous week is sitting here. So what we're looking at here is we've had a break at this level. So you could let's just have a look what happens here with the 161 extension. Okay, so potentially what you could have brewing here is a range of that. Okay, so we've got quite a few touches here, and this will be the second area there. So maybe pull up there, pull back closer to the alligator before break to the upside. And that break to the upside would be target somewhere in this area up here. So R1 monthly, 12,500. Let's just see what levels we have here. So we've got that level there. We have another level there. Let's move that one up there. That looks like it's stronger with long pin bar. And the real level would be the top of that. Where that take us? So yeah, you can see how that lines up. So yeah, so the play for the DAX for me would be this little kind of risk we're talking about here. It's also a 300 pip stop loss, but I think this has been a pretty strong move to the upside. So any pullback, I'll look for an entry, and maybe just keep my stop. Probably put a small trade in with a 150 pip stop loss. I'll be able to cover that within my 3% risk, and then let that ride out. But this is definitely brewing for a move to the upside. It may only come to this area here, so it may only end up being a 1-to-1 trade, or possibly sort of a 1 to 2 trade. 1 to 2 trade is fine for me. Let's get down to the hour. Maybe we can get a better level on this. Okay, so this is a proper view. Let's see, maybe Ichimoku can tell us a little bit more. Oops, that's not Ichimoku, is it? Okay, so let's just have a look at the Ichimoku here. The Ichimoku 4 hour has broken the cloud. Chico span has broken. We haven't had a bullish crossover yet. So to me, I would wait for this crossover to happen. So let's see what happens. Maybe a test of the cloud. And there is a good, so any pullback, let's just start at the bottom here. There's a stop loss below the cloud. And if we can get a pullback to this level, that would be that would be a good trade. So delete that so you can see what I'm looking at. So I would be looking for, there's a Brooks gap there, there's a breakout there. So really any kind of bullish action sitting here. Okay. Again, it's a quite a big area, but you'll pick it up if you've been able to look at the charts on the hour. You'll see where it is. So a nice test of the 200 EMA would be a great one. I wouldn't get in here because if you look at Chico span, sorry not Chico span, at Tikan Sen, the blue line, and Kijun Sen, the red line, you can see the distance between the two. So that's not a really good area to get in. You can see this is a great example of a breakout. We've got Chico span breaking through price and the cloud. Okay, we've got Dickinson pointing to the upside, which is pretty strong, and you've got a twist, and you've got the cloud pointing to the upside. Okay, so the first breakout of these clouds is pretty much never the one that you really want to take. So you're looking for a pullback. So the pullback could be just to Dickinson, this blue line, or it could be to the 200 EMA. So I'd wait for a pullback to see what's going to happen on the hour, and I'm more inclined to believe that put a small order in there, and then run my stop loss. Yeah, I'll run my stop loss below Kijunsen here. That would give me a 74-point stop loss for a long entry here, and I'm going to check some. If we use the Fibonacci expansion tool, let's just say we extend to that there, and we come back to that level there. That puts us, okay, so that puts us in this area here. So there is a 1 hour level, and there's another level there. We've also got a flat Kijunsen over here, and we've got a flat cloud to this side. So this is really the top of this bigger range. So this is definitely the area that I'd be targeting. So yeah, so what are we talking about? Yeah. So we're talking about a entry there, a 74-point stop loss, and targeting, I'd probably target this trend line 200 points. So that's more than a 2-to-1 trade. It's a pretty good entry. Yeah, that's the way I think I'll be playing the DAX today. So looking for a long in this area, stop loss below Kijunsen on the 1 hour, and I'm targeting this downward trend line. Okay, I hope that helps, guys. Catch up with you later.